The mini pochette or the Toiletry 15? Which one is best for you? Hi YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about luxury living on a budget, so if you are into that sort of thing, please make sure you subscribe, click the bell notification icon to be notified when I post new videos, and be sure to like the videos that you enjoy. On this channel we talk about high-end luxury handbags, and we also talk about the everyday luxuries of life, and today we are talking about some of the high-end handbag products. These two SLGs, the mini pochette and the Toiletry 15, both from Louis Vuitton, obviously. I'll start with dimensions and then go over some of the features that are different on these items. They are very similar in size, so a lot of people just want one and not both. Some people feel that having both is redundant. I even sometimes feel that way, but I do use them for different things. So if you are someone who would only want one of these and not both, it can be a little difficult to make that decision. So I wanted to make this video for you comparing them to help you make up your mind if you are stuck in this dilemma. All right, let's start with the mini pochette. Mini pochette, I'm looking down at my dimensions written down in my notebook here. The height varies a little bit. It's a little taller in the center than on the sides. So in the center it's 3.75 inches and on the sides it's 3.5 inches. You can see the base bows down a little bit. The Toiletry 15 is 4 inches and it is rectangular. It doesn't bow, so it's 4 inches all the way across. The width on the mini pochette also varies. It's wider at the base and a little bit thinner at the top. On the base it's 5.75 inches and on the top it's 5.5 inches. Being rectangular, the Toiletry 15 is the same width on the top and bottom. It comes in at 5.75 inches. The depth also varies on the mini pochette. It's wider at the base and tapers in at the top. The base is about 1 inch wide and the top is about a ½ inch. The sides of the Toiletry 15 are also wider at the base and more narrow at the top, though it can expand a little bit. If you have it unzipped, it can expand all the way, but if it's zipped, it won't expand that full width. So zipped, the base measures 1.75 inches across and 1 inch at the top. So this is wider than the mini pochette. And let's do a little side-by-side comparison here. So here they are next to each other. Here are the ends together. Here's the other end without the tabs showing, so you can see it a little bit better. And then here are the bases. The Toiletry is on the bottom and the mini pochette is on the top. The mini pochette is constructed of 3 pieces of canvas. You have this one on the front, one on the back, so the monogram is always upright. And then you have one piece that wraps all the way around the sides and bottom. It also has piping made of the monogram canvas. The Toiletry 15 is constructed a little differently. It's made of one continuous piece of canvas on the front and back and the bottom. And that is why on one side the monogram is upright and on the back the monogram is upside down. And then it has 2 more pieces of canvas, one on each side. And each of those has an LV showing. Quick tip, if you're looking for toiletries on the internet pre-loved and it doesn't say what size it is and you just want to check it out, you can always count the LVs to figure out what size it is. The Toiletry 15 has 2 LVs, the 19 has 3, and the 26 also has 3 LVs, but the difference between the 19 and 26 is that the LVs on the 19 are right up against the edges of the bag, whereas on the 26 there's extra space with more of the flower pattern. Here's the tops of both items. The mini pochette is over here and the Toiletry is here. They have the same zipper with the same zipper pull, and they both have the vachetta tabs at the end. Now let's look inside the bags. The interior of the mini pochette is very similar to the interior of the old model pochette accessoire, where you can see the seams inside. You can also see right there the date code tab. That is a cloth interior. The interior of the Toiletry 15, however, is a wipeable interior, and it does not have a date code tab. Probably won't be able to see it, but the date code is stamped right here into the interior. One very obvious difference between these two bags is the mini pochette has a chain strap on it, and the Toiletry does not have a strap. The Toiletry has no place to attach a strap. There are no D-rings. On the mini pochette, you have a D-ring on both sides. There's one that's right up against the bag, and the other is attached to the vachetta tab. So when you have the chain up, that vachetta tab is sticking up too. The chain is not completely removable, but you can remove it from one side and attach both ends to the same D-ring so you can make a bit of a wristlet out of it. The chain itself is attached at the end with a little loop, as you can see there, and if you don't like having the chain on it, some people don't. I've heard some people have removed the chain. It wouldn't be that difficult to do. Due to the structure of the bags, the mini pochette, if you try to stand it up, it will fall right over because it has that bowed base. The Toiletry however, will stand up on end. The mini pochette has a very soft, squishy body. It's bendable. You can squish it around. The Toiletry 15, if it's empty, I mean, you can do a little bit of that, but it's got a lot more structure. Like, it's hard to pinch the bottom corners in. If you hear grunting, it's Roxy. She's chewing on Baron. Those are my dogs. You could pinch the bottom in on the mini pochette pretty easily. It doesn't have the same kind of structure. On the mini pochette, the sides bow out, and on the Toiletry, the sides bow in. That means that even though the dimensions of the Toiletry are a little bigger than the mini pochette, you have a little bit less room inside on this item because those ends bow in. Like I said, the Toiletry comes in 3 different sizes, the 15, the 19, and the 26 centimeter. And in case you don't know, that's the measurement of the bottom length. The mini pochette comes in 1 size, but it does have a big sister, the pochette accessoire. They are designed pretty much the same, except the mini pochette has a chain and the larger pochette has a vachetta strap, or leather strap if you get the ebene one. The Toiletries are only offered in the monogram print, but you have a lot more options with the mini pochette. It comes in monogram, damier ebene, and damier azur, and it comes in all kinds of different animations. So you can find it with lots of different things screen printed on it. Also, because of the D-rings, you'd be able to add a longer strap if you wanted to, a shoulder strap or even a crossbody strap. And you could detach the chain from the one side and use it to attach your pochette to a D-ring inside your bag. That could make it easier to find and more secure. The mini pochette currently retails for $340, and the Toiletry 15 currently retails for $355. However, both are very, very difficult to find from Louis Vuitton. They're going to be easier to find on the preloved market, and because they are both in such high demand, you will come across many that are priced over retail. Unfortunately, that's pretty normal these days. I was fortunate to get my mini pochette brand new from the store a few years ago, right when they were starting to become very rare. And I was also fortunate to get my Toiletry 15 from the Real for, I think, $175, so about half of retail now. One of the many, many bargains I have found from the Real. Next, I'll show you what fits in each bag. Now, personally, I tend to use the Toiletry 15 as a toiletry inside my other bags. I tend to put things that might spill, like hand sanitizer, lip balm, things like that, because it has that wipeable interior. And I tend to use my mini pochette also in my big bag, and I use it as a key pouch to keep my giant sets of keys. But I don't think a lot of people use the mini pochette that way, so I'm going to fill up my toiletry with some of the items that I carry, and then we'll see how that fits in the mini pochette. And I also want to say I have these tiny organizers. I have a video that I did recently called Tiny Organizers for Tiny Bags. I will link that below. If you are interested in organizers for a toiletry or a mini pochette or for other small items, I will link these below. This one is for the mini pochette and this is for the toiletry, and I do a comparison of those in that other video. When I carry small pouches and larger bags, I do tend to keep them open in my bags, so it's just easier for me to access. But I wanted to stuff this one full. You can see that it's a little bit bowed out on the top there, and zip it up so you can see what the real capacity of this is. So now I'm going to unzip it for you and show you what I stuffed in here. You can see it is quite stuffed. So I have a scrunchie. I have thrown in on the top 2 pieces of Werther's candy, and then that is what is underneath. On one side I keep a pack of tissues, and if you have things pressing up against the sides, if you really stuff it full, especially since it has that wipeable interior, those sometimes peel over long periods of time. If you're looking for pre-loved toiletries and other items that have that wipeable interior, you'll see some that are peeled. So I like to keep things on the outer edges that kind of protect the inside of the bag. So I keep a little pack of Kleenex on one side. And then I have a card holder. This one's from Coach, with my medical cards in it, and that's on the other side. In between that, I have my little pill case, a lip balm, a hand sanitizer. Then on the very bottom, and it just fits lengthwise, have a Tide to Go stick, and that's everything. Now let's see if this will all fit in the mini pochette. The Tide to Go pen actually fits with a little bit of room to spare. I'm surprised. I didn't even think that was gonna fit. Okay, I got everything in except my scrunchie, but it was pretty difficult to zip it up. I feel like it's putting some strain on the zipper that I don't really want on there, and that strain is where my pill case is. Let me show you. So I have that Tide to Go pen on the bottom, and that makes this pill case a little bit taller, so it is right up against the top of the zipper. If I kept this open in my bag, I'd be fine with it, and I could still put the scrunchie on top. This does fit a little bit less than the Toiletry 15. It is pretty comparable though. So that's how everything looks in there. Also wanted to show you for good measure, I have my iPhone. This is the 10, I think. 2 cameras, not the 3 yet. And let's see if that fits in the mini pochette. I think that it does. If I put it in diagonally, I can squeeze it in, but it's a little bit of a tight fit down there. But I can get it in a pinch if I wanted to use this as a small handbag. Kind of hard to get out. I don't think it'll fit in the Toiletry 15, but maybe it will. Okay, it fits in there, but only sideways, and it makes the 15 a little wonky. So I don't think I'd carry it that way. Do you have either of these items? Do you have one? Do you have both? Do you have one and you're thinking about getting the other one? Do you have neither of them and you're trying to decide? What's your situation here? Let us know in the comments section below which you prefer. And also tell us how you use them if you have them, because people use them in all kinds of different ways. And we can read each other's comments, and that can help other people get ideas. I hope this comparison was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you back here next time. Have a fantastic day. Bye.